There lived a woman who knew everyone, but who no one truly knew. Everybody called her Notice Me, but her real name is Angelina. Thank you very much for listening. Please don't forget to share and subscribe to Informal African Tales. At 30, Angelina was impossible to ignore. She was beautiful in a bold, striking way, fair-skinned, full-figured body, with a long braided hair. Angelina had no husband, no children, no pressing responsibility, and she liked it that way, or at least that was what she told anyone who asked. Marriage? She would scoff, waving a dismissive hand. Too much stress, let others carry it, she would say. But under that carefree exterior was a woman deeply entangled in the lives of others. Because Angelina had a gift, or perhaps a flaw. She knew everything about everyone, and if she didn't know, she made it her business to find out. The market was Angelina's second home. Every afternoon when the salt softens and traders arranged their goods more neatly, Angelina would make her way through the crowded stores with the confidence of someone who belongs somewhere. Her destination was always the same, Elizabeth's shop. Elizabeth was her closest friend, or rather, her most consistent listener. She was a hard-working woman who sold fresh tomatoes and peppers. Her shop always vibrant with red and green colors. On this particular afternoon, Angelina arrived with urgency in her steps. "Hey, have you heard, my friend?" she said, lowering her voice dramatically as she leaned over the wooden table. Elizabeth didn't even look up at first. She continued sorting tomatoes, her hands moving with practical precision. "Heard what?" she replied, already sounding tired. Angelina leaned closer, her eyes gleaming, looking around as if someone was watching her. "I heard the popular oil mogul, Mr. and Mrs. Sampson, are getting a divorce." "Hey, my friend, tell me something." That got Elizabeth's attention. Slowly, then looked up. "Are you sure?" she asked carefully. Angelina nodded with confidence. "Very sure, my good friend. I got it from the right source, a reliable source." Elizabeth sighed deeply, wiping her hands on her wrapper. "Angelina, I have been warning you. Mind yourself, oh. One day this your mouth will put you in serious trouble." But Angelina only laughed. "Trouble? Me? I am trouble on my own now. Please don't leave me alone. I am just sharing important information," she said. Elizabeth shook her head. "Information is different from gossip." Angelina waved her off, already scanning the market for someone else to greet. To her, it was harmless, just words, just stories, nothing more. Angelina had a particular habit. Whenever she heard that a couple in the estate were having issues, she would appear uninvited. It was almost like she could smell conflict. That evening, Angelina adjusted her dress and walked briskly towards the home of Mr. and Mrs. Daniels. Voices had been rising earlier. That was enough for her. She knocked lightly, then opened the door without waiting. "Hello, is everyone okay?" she asked, stepping in as if she belonged. Inside, the tension was thick. Mrs. Daniels sat at the couch, wiping tears. Mr. Daniels stood by the window, his jaw taut. They both turned, surprised, annoyed. "Angelina," Mrs. Daniels said, confused. "What are you doing here? Who invited you?" "I just came to check up on you," Angelina said, settling comfortably into a chair. Her voice earlier, "I was worried." An uncomfortable silence. Mr. Daniel sighed and walked out of the room. Mrs. Daniel forced a weak smile. "We are fine, you can see, so stand up now and leave my house." But Angelina leaned forward. "No, you are not. Tell me what happened, my dear sister." "Are you just like that?" The door opened. Words spilled. Secrets were shared and Angelina listened with deep interest. Sunday evenings were sacred. After Mass, people lingered in the church compound, greeting one another, sharing small talk. Angelina stayed too, but not for the reason others did. She stood near a window, slightly hidden, her ears alert. That evening, she caught something. The pastor was speaking quietly with two elders. It's unfortunate, he said. The women leader had left her husband, but we must handle it with care. There are deeper issues involved. Angelina leaned closer to the window. Her heart raced. Her mind began to spin. By the time she left the church, the story had already changed in her head. By the time she reached the estate gate, it has transformed completely. By the next morning, it had become something else entirely. Angelina burst into Elizabeth's shop earlier than usual. Ellie, my baby girl. You won't believe this one. You won't believe it. I'm telling you the truth. You won't. Elizabeth raised an eyebrow. What now? Tell me something. Angie, baby. Angie everywhere. Angela lowered her voice dramatically. That women leader in the church, my friend, she didn't just leave her husband though. She left him for a richer man. Elizabeth exclaimed. Who told you that? Angelina hesitated for a fraction of a second. Then smiled. It's obvious. Why else would she leave? Elizabeth stared at her. Long, hard. Angelina, you didn't hear that. You added that. Angelina threw her face the other side. It's the same thing. Leave me alone. No, Elizabeth said firmly. It is not. But Angelina had already turned away. Greeting another trader, the story was out. And like wildfire, it began to spread around the marketplace. By the end of the week, the entire church was bustling. Whispers filled in the air. Judgment followed. The women leader, Grace, walked into the church that Sunday to cold stares and hushed conversation. She could feel it. Something had changed. Something had broken. Later that day, she confronted the pastor. What are you people saying about me? She asked, her voice trembling in anger. The pastor hesitated, then told her. Grace's face crumbled. That's not true, she whispered. But truth has already lost the race. The lie had carried first. It didn't take long. The story found its way back to its source. Elizabeth heard it from another trader, who heard it from someone else, who heard it from Angelina. That evening, Elizabeth went straight to Angelina's house. She didn't knock gently. She banged. Angelina opened the door. Open the door. Angelina opened the door, startled. Ellie, what's wrong? Elizabeth stepped in, her face stern. Do you know what you have done? Angelina frowned. What do you mean by that? What happened this time around? Anything I tell you are all truths. My friend, please, chill. That story about the women leader, it has spread everywhere. Angelina shrugged nervously. It's just talk. No, Elizabeth snapped. It's not just talk. It's someone's life. Angelina's smile faded. For the first time, doubt crept in. 2 days later, Angelina walked into the market as usual. But something, people were whispering, looking at her. She approached a group of women. They fell silent, then no one spoke. Is it true? She asked. Angelina blinked. It was true. She stood in confusion. That you are secretly seeing a married man. Angelina froze. Who told you that? It is a lie. I am not. Her heart skipped. What? That's not true. But the woman laughed. That's what we heard. From who? No one knew, or perhaps no one wanted to say. Angelina felt it then. The sting. A very big sting. The helplessness, the frustration, the exact feeling she had unknowingly given others. That evening, Angelina sat alone in her house. No laughter, no stories, just silent thinking. For the first time in years, she had nothing to say. Her mind replaced everything. Every visit, every whisper, every exaggerated story. Every moment she chose entertainment over truth. Tears rolled down her cheeks. Not because people were talking, but because she finally understood. Words were not just words, they were seeds. And she had been planting seeds in people's lives. The next Sunday, Angelina walked into the church quietly. No grand entrance, no loud greetings. She walked straight to Grace. People watched, but she didn't care. She stopped in front of Grace, took a deep breath and said, I am sorry, ma. Grace looked at her, hot, confused, but listening. "I started the story," Angelina admitted, "and I changed it. I was wrong." Then Grace sighed. "You hurt me," she said softly. "I know," Angelina replied, tears in her eyes. "And I will spend the rest of my life trying to be better." Grace studied her, then nodded slowly. "Then start now." Angelina didn't become perfect overnight, but she changed. The market still heard her voice, but now it carried kindness. The estate still saw her visits, but now they brought peace, not tension. And whenever she was tempted to speak carelessly, she remembered her past and the weight of the whisper, and how easily it could break a life. Please, if you like the story, don't forget to comment, and I will reply to all comments on the comment section. And don't forget to turn on the notification button to get notified for more interesting story. Bye.